Hi there! So if you remember this week we're working on hand strengthening, and today we have a few different things on the table. So let's get started. So I have here one of those chip clips. Today it's a chicken, and I also have a clothespin, and they both work on pincer grasp, and this one works a little bit more on overall hand strengthening. So, and I also have Pom Poms. You could have different colored pieces of paper crumpled up, and then I have two different containers. So our first activity would be picking up different Pom Poms and putting them in different containers. And again, you can work on colors, you could work on the alphabet, you could work on numbers. I got a lot in that one. There are a lot of different things to work on. You can work on both hands at the same time. And so this one would be a little bit easier to start with. It doesn't take as much hand strength to put it in the container. There you go. And so that's one, putting things in different containers with something that has resistance. So that's number one. Number two is, I don't know about you guys, but I have a few things that are pretty squishy. So this is a stress narwhal. And I could see how small I could get this with one hand and squeeze it. And so I'm doing a lot of forearm work as well. And I'm really working my hands. And then of course, he gets bigger. And as he's puffing back up, I would wait for that for a second and then do it with the other hand. So I would see if they're about equal. Oh, this one's a little bit smaller. And then we'll see him puff up too. And then this is filled with sand. So you could even make this at home with two balloons maybe together and tied off at the end. And this also works, you can see, on different hand strengthening. And so you're smushing it. So it's finger as well. So this helps with handwriting, with doing buttons and zippers. All the self-help skills, hand strengthening will help with that, as well as scissors and of course handwriting. So this is another option. And if you don't have those things, that's okay, because I wouldn't have those at home either. But I think most of us have rubber bands at home. I'll tell you a secret. I don't buy rubber bands. I use these from produce in the grocery store, or different containers sometimes have rubber bands on them. So one, if I put it around the outside of my fingers, might not seem tricky to open and close. But what happens if you put all of these on? It is, as you can tell, much trickier. So maybe I would do one and see how that feels. Two, and keep going up, and you can start to see the resistance. You can buy things like this as well on different websites, but you can also use this, which is a homemade and right maybe in your house. So I would keep going up, and of course I would do it on each hand. And so what I'm doing is I'm placing them on the outside of my hand, not at the base of my fingers, not by my knuckles, but towards my fingernails. And then I'm trying to open and close. Kind of looks like a Muppet. Open and close, and then you can do it with both hands. And again, see if one hand is stronger than the other, or maybe your grown-up can try it too and see how many rubber bands you can each put on your hands. Can someone get up to 10 rubber bands or 5 rubber bands? So that's another option for hand strengthening. And then I have these bands that I like to put around different animals. So this is my frog again from a few weeks ago, and I put this around him, and now taking it off can be tricky because you really have to get your fingers under there and you have to work at it. So that's something else you can work on. So see, this is just a stretchy band. And again, this would be great, or you can use it with your fingers. There's a lot of different things to do with these bands. And lastly, I don't know if you guys have seen these. This is a little alligator. You can see him. There he is. And you put your finger in here, and are you ready? I'm gonna pop him this way. He pops that way. So this is for finger isolation. And then here's a dinosaur. He's a little dinosaur. And then It's dexterity of hand too, so I have to get my finger in here. And then there he goes. So you might not have things like that at your house, but you definitely can look for clothespins and something that's going to open and close. It doesn't have to be fancy. Or rubber bands for hand strengthening. And again, something, you might not have the narwhal, and that's not a big deal. You could have anything in your home to squeeze that gives resistance. Check it out. I'll be curious what you find. All right, guys. Tomorrow will be the dance party with Lucy Bacon, and I'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.